The human playbook. Their happiness is not your responsibility. Today I want to talk with you about relationships, and especially relationships in which you seem to have lost your freedom, your sense of individuality, and your joy. I ask you this question: what are relationships there for? If you answer with your heart, if you answer with your soul, what is a relationship truly there for? Sure, it is to expand and to grow. Those things are true. But isn't it to dance, to celebrate life together, to celebrate love? To be together in laughter, in joy, in fun. And through all of the lessons and pains and struggles, we can grow, and they will ultimately be there. It's inevitable that we encounter some kind of struggle in a relationship. But those struggles are just helping us to be more joyful, more playful. It is not meant to be an ongoing thing of fixing, repairing, all the time trying to figure out how this is gonna work. If that is a relationship, it is better to leave it behind. If your relationship feels as if it's just something that you need to fix, or the other that you need to fix, and it's not about celebration of life, then we need to rethink what love truly is. Because if two people come together to celebrate love, then why are we always making contracts? Why are we making contracts in marriage, in this is the relationship, and I'm gonna break up now, or we start this now? Because love has its own entity. Love is its own entity. Love has its own flow. It's like a breeze. You catch it, you feel it. Where is love flowing? And if two beings are very sensitive to the flow of love, and they keep love alive, they flow with love, they follow their joy moment to moment, and they think thoughts that feel good, and they are constantly being focused on what feels good, and they are entering their own flow, then love can blossom, then love can feel expansive, then love can actually make us feel free. Then we find freedom in commitment. Then we simply enjoy being with this person. And by enjoying being with this person, commitment comes by itself. We don't need contracts. We don't need to say marriage, relationship. It comes because we simply enjoy being with this person. But the reality is often very different, right? People break up all the time. There's many divorces. And relationships, most of the long-term relationships I look at, they don't have a spark anymore. They are not flowing. They're not happy. They seem serious in it. Something seems off. Probably with all of their beliefs and constructs, we have killed love. We stay together out of comfort, out of security. We stay together because we plan together for a future, but we are not fully present. We're not present to the flow of love. And what adds to all of that struggle is that we are trying to keep the other one happy. And that is fatal. Fatal because by trying to keep the other one happy, we actually take his or her strength to find happiness within themselves. And so the partner becomes more and more dependent that we behave a certain way in order to keep them happy. And even that seems normal, like your partner says, hey, why did you do that? Or you should not chat with that woman or with that man. Or why are you not coming with me to holidays now? Why are you choosing to go alone? What is wrong with you? Then we feel the burden of expectation, that we need to be a certain way in order to keep them happy. And we feel that if we are on our own path, if we follow our joy, if we're selfish enough, then they are not happy anymore. Then we disappoint them by being who we are. And that is a very terrible feeling, because then we have a choice. Do we stay loyal to ourselves? Do we follow our joy? Or do we abandon ourselves and follow them? And do we behave a certain way in order to keep them happy? Now let us go down both roads. Let us take the second road first of all. We abandon ourselves to keep them happy. We are selfless, as we would call it, which we will later discover this is not selflessness, this is selfishness. But anyways, we abandon ourselves in order to keep them happy. We are not taking the trip alone. We are closing ourselves off from other people, from chatting, from going out with our friends, whatever we like to do. So, the problem is that we are unconsciously telling them that you need me. And there's a part in us that likes that. There's a part in us that likes that they are dependent on us because it gives us the security that they are gonna stay. But true love sets the other free. True love would say this: your happiness is not my responsibility. My responsibility is my own happiness, and all I want is that my happiness inspires you to be happy. You hear that? I want that my happiness inspires you to be happy and to be independent, that you don't need anybody in this life to be happy. Wow, that is a very different approach. And that is the gift you would give them. By being happy yourself first, you are of the greatest gift to the world. I say this again. By taking care of your happiness and being selfish enough to put yourself first, that makes you of greatest benefit to the world. You see. And once they can be happy on their own, there is a sense of losing control over the other. That's normal. Because you actually made them independent. But here's the point. If you make them to your slave, if you make them dependent on you, you make yourself a slave. It is impossible to make them a slave and you remaining the master. No, you create your own bondage. You see, if you try to keep them happy and if you try to control them, you control yourself. You will never find freedom in that. You only find freedom through setting them free. And setting them free brings a sense of insecurity because you don't know anymore what they are gonna choose to do. A free being seems dangerous to society, and a free being seems to be dangerous in a relationship because you cannot predict them anymore. A free being is very spontaneous. They feel the flow of love. They feel the flow of joy. They feel the flow of bliss. And they just follow it. They let go of beliefs, of contracts, of rules, of all patterns. They let it go and they flow with life. Well, that makes a relationship incredibly alive. That makes it a dance, a celebration. But it makes it unsecure. Freedom is something that most people don't want to feel. That is why we make contracts. That is why we have marriages. We don't want to feel the openness of freedom because we cannot predict it. So if you go that path and if you want to set yourself free, to follow your own joy, your own happiness, and you want to inspire it in them, that they are no longer looking up to you for what you do and who you are and with who you are in order for them to feel better, if they become and find this highest degree of freedom, then your love can grow, expand, be a celebration, but not before that. And if you go that path, you will also see that relationships have two ways, or there's two options of what's going to happen. The moment you take yourself seriously, in a sense of that you love yourself enough to be selfish and feel, where is my flow in life? Where is it pulling me now? Imagine you are in a state of being absolutely alone on this planet. There's not your partner, your family, no one. And you just ask, what is life wanting from me? Where is it pulling me? Where is my joy going moment to moment? And if you're selfish enough to go down that path, then you will see that this will lead to selfishness. But you will also see that all the wrong relationships are coming to a fast end. And that is something many cannot deal with. If you go your path, you're fully authentic, you're yourself, because when you follow your bliss moment to moment, that is your most authentic self. When you go down that path, all the relationships that were based on dependence, on toxicity, on a lower frequency will end. When the partner that you have been living with for longer time sees that you enter your flow of joy and you're living in it and you're breathing it and you're not looking to the left and right, you're just walking your path and you're being happy in it, because from there real happiness is coming, never from another person. Your happiness comes from alignment with your true self through following your joy. And if they see that, they have simply one choice. Well, two actually. They can choose to take care of their own happiness, to enter their own flow and see if this is going to connect with you. They can stay and expand with you in that frequency of love and joy. And that is how the relationship can keep going. Or they stay in their misery. They make themselves dependent on you. They want you to change. They are nagging. And that will end. Well, it will only end in that way if you remain self-centered and loving towards yourself, which I recommend. If you keep on following your joy and being in your vibration, and they are nagging and they are offended, but you keep in your flow, they will fall off from your life, because the law of attraction cannot keep two frequencies together, you see. But here's the point. Are they gonna match your frequency, or are you gonna match theirs? Do you let yourself be dragged down in that nagging, full of resistance, painful, codependent frequency in order to talk to them, in order to keep them? And therefore, this makes your relationship still be together. Or do you go and be in your flow? Stay in your flow. Choose the happiest thought from moment to moment, the happiest thing that you can think of, that you can do. Follow your bliss moment to moment and just do that. And if they're really willing to change, if they're really willing to have a love of celebration and freedom and spontaneity, then they will join you on their journey. They will go their own flow, and by being their own happiness, it will see if it connects. Probably it will connect and you both grow. Otherwise, do not waste your time. And I say this with all my heart. Do not waste your time trying to make somebody change, trying to make somebody be less dependent or less nagging or less of resistance. Do not try to change them. Your only responsibility is to respond to your higher self. Your responsibility is never their happiness. And I love the word responsibility because it is the ability to respond and not to other people. It is responding to the moment and to your higher self. It is being fully in the present, feeling where is your bliss, your joy, your flow of life taking you right now. Respond to that. Do not respond to all the other voices and expectations in society and politics and morals and your partner. You will be confused and you will be so misaligned that you become an unhappy, depressed version of yourself. And if the other does it too, you end up being both depressed and unhappy in a relationship, blaming everybody around you for your unhappiness. But at least you stay together. At least you're still together in your misery, right? That is what most people choose. To prevent that happening. To prevent that from happening. Respond to your bliss. Follow your joy. Be very, very much here and now and go your own path. Be selfish enough to take your happiness first. Realize that you never needed anybody. You are not dependent on anybody. All you need to do is to follow your flow, feel where love is guiding you. If life removes a partner from your experience, then it must be that way. Actually, it will be better that way. You will travel lighter. You will travel freer. You will have more opportunity to follow your joy. If they cannot be together with you in your authenticity, in you being fully you, in you following your flow, then they anyways don't really know you. There has never been a relationship from the beginning. If they just know the you that had to change itself in order to keep them happy, to adapt to them, the one who was always pleasing, who was always kind when you didn't feel kind, who changed his plans, his calling for them, then they haven't known you. They haven't truly gotten to know you. And there has never been a relationship in the first place. It has all been based on a lie. And we don't want that. We want to be free and authentic, and we want to feel that we're in a relationship and we are still ourselves. We don't lose sense of self. We don't lose ourselves in it. So, your happiness is your responsibility. Their happiness is their responsibility. Become the most vibrant and happy person you can be. And that will inspire it in them. And that will free them. Because we can only truly love when we do not need the other. Every time we're attached, every time we need them to feel good, this is not love. This is fear. So if you say I love you, then let them go. Let them be free. Show them how to be the most independent, vibrant version on them by themselves. And you do the same. And then you both can celebrate all of that is being born out of it. No matter how the relationship is. If it's a marriage, if it's for life, who cares? You're dancing in the moment. You're feeling the flow of life. And you're just catching its winds together. That makes a beautiful dance. That makes a beautiful way of being. All the rest is not up to you. And all the rest you stop caring. Find that happiness inside of your heart. Be present. I wish you much love. And I hear you in the next episode. The Human Playbook.